Welcome back, heroes. Today we're diving into the Blessings Sun Cleric build for Ascension WoW on the Rexxar server. This Radiant Healer shines brightest when supporting allies, keeping your group alive through even the toughest encounters. Let's break down how to maximize your healing power and bring the light to your team. Alright, heroes, let's talk talent points. Like all of our other builds, anytime we come up to a skill on the talent tree, we will go over each talent individually and the passives that go with it. So let's get started. First talent that we get is going to be the Solar Prayer. This is the one that we're going to start off as soon as we hit level 10. Recite a Solar Prayer, instantly healing you for 25% maximum health and dispelling one magic effect. This only affects us, by the way, when we're in Dawn form. It adds 10% of the healing done. But this only affects us. We can't use it on anybody else. It requires 23 rage. So just to get our rage up real quick, so I can use it for you. It only affects us. We cannot target anybody else with it, but it does give us some extra healing on top of anything else we have going at the time. Next is going to be Seraphim Stride. We picked this one up just so that we can unlock more of the tree. Plus, we need to get some passives that are over here. But Seraphim Stride, you charge forward towards any target. If the target is an ally, you charge to them significantly faster. If the target is an enemy, you generate 20% of your maximum rage. Heals allies for 8% of their maximum health, or roots enemies for 3 seconds during Dawn. Seraphim Charge is a really neat ability. Let me find somebody that lets me charge. You just rush forward. You can do this in combat along with some of the other skills that we can talk about later that are aura based, so that you can charge forward while healing and anybody in the line will get heals as well. As far as passives go, we grabbed Retribution. You now generate 12% maximum rage whenever you take damage. This effect cannot occur more than once every 8 seconds. The more rage we get, the bigger spells we can throw. Solar Might increases your strength and intellect by 5% and hit chance by 3%. The intellect is going to be the key one. When we get over to our passives on the right-hand side, you'll see why we want as much intellect as possible. We also grabbed Gleaming Vigil. Dawnbringer now grants you and nearby allies a shield absorbing 319 damage for 30 seconds. Dawnbringer, by the way, is a skill that we get just in our normal rotation. Vital Fury, critical heals with Illumination and Shine now generate 10 rage. So you want as much critical hit as you can, so that your critical heals give you as much rage as possible. Plus, there's a passive later on that allows us to get our mana back every time we get a crit heal. We also picked up Unbreakable Focus, reduces the mana and rage cost of all spells and abilities by 5%. This is actually really crucial for us because this allows us to throw more spells without having to worry about our mana or rage consumptions. Next is Chosen of the Light. Become the Chosen of the Light, reducing damage taken by 40% for 8 seconds. Taking damage while below 50% maximum health while this is active will instantly cause it to heal you for 15% of your maximum health. Can occur once over the duration. This is a really good one. It's a 2-minute cooldown. You can pop this on yourself or an ally, but it just gives you this nice glowy bubble. I usually use this on, say, the tank, unless I'm taking a lot of damage, and then I will pop it on myself. We then pick up Solar Guardian, reduces the duration of stun effects on us by 20%. This is crucial. If we're stunned and we can't heal, people die. It's that simple. Swift Justice increases haste by 6% and expertise by 10%. This is great because haste rating allows us to cast our spells even faster because we don't have a whole lot of instant cast spells. So we want ones that can get procced off real fast. Glare, flash a powerful light that stuns enemies within 8 yards for 5 seconds. If you have a ton of enemies that are attacking you and you're just not able to get up a bunch of heals, you pop Glare, stun them all, and then just get your healing rotation in. This does have a 2-minute cooldown, however. Guiding Glow allows Dawn to affect 2 additional spells. Just means that our Dawn counter over here, when we pop it, will go from 5 to 7 spells. Resplendence. This is probably my favorite because this takes Illumination, which is a really good spell, but it has a really long cast time, in my opinion, for it. It makes it free cost, instant cast, and guaranteed critical strike for 8 seconds. Or rather, within 8 seconds. So we pop this, and then our next Resplendent, bam. Or Illumination, not Resplendent. Illumination is instant cast and critically hit. Normally, if I was to cast this, see how long that takes? And we only got 1,300 out of the 23 we get for a guaranteed crit. Super good spell. Use this anytime it comes off cooldown. Warm up. Using Gavel of Atonement now increases the healing of your next Illumination by 5%, stacks 3 times. I have this one, but I don't really use the Gavel of Attunement because I'm rarely ever in melee range to use it. If Gavel of Atonement was a ranged ability, it would make this more practical for me as a ranged healer. Light the Way, healing done by Shine, now increases the target's movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. This is great for tanks, helping them get around the battlefield. Guarded by the Light, damage taken has a 15% chance to now restore 112 health every 1 second for 4 seconds. Can only occur once every 15 seconds. Spiteful, you now generate 5 rage every 10 seconds. 5 rage every 10 seconds is not a whole lot. We picked it up mainly just so that we could get further down in the tree, but any rage can really help you. Holy Crusade, Solar Conquest now heals allies within 10 yards for 380 and reduces their magic damage taken by 10% for 8 seconds. Holy Conquest, Solar Conquest now generates 10% more rage and has a 10-second lower cooldown. Sun Run. When critically struck, you gain a stack of Sun Run, increasing your movement speed by 10% and reducing your damage taken by 1% for 8 seconds, stacks 3 times. We then picked up Warmth. Direct Healing now increases the target's health by 295 for 15 seconds. And then last but not least, we got Nysani's Blessing. Dawn now will provide an additional effect based on your specialization. We are Holy Blessing. Increases your critical strike chance by 5% and generates 29 mana every 1 second, scaling with Intellect for 8 seconds. Basically what this means is when we pop Dawn, our mana will just continuously go up, and we have a higher crit chance on our healing. Now we're on to the actual Blessings tree. We have Solar Guidance. Now I can't really show this one because this requires us to have a target that is not us, but you call upon the sun to grant protection to an allied player, reducing all damage they take by 10%, restoring 6% of their maximum health every 3 seconds for 2 minutes. Can only affect one ally at a time, cannot target self, allows you to use guidance spells on the target. The only guidance spell I ever use is Sanctify. You're more than welcome to pick up any of the other ones, depending on how you feel for a healer, or if you're doing raids. This is more for a 5-man dungeon build. But Sanctify heals up to 5 targets within 15 yards of your guided ally for 77, shares a cooldown with Guidance Calamity. Only usable while with allies with the Solar Guidance active. Prayer of the Sun. Make a prayer, healing an ally for 360, costs 47 rage, which is awesome. Sanctified Hammer. Healing spells that cost rage now restore 10% missing mana. This actually stacks with all of our other mana producing abilities as well. It's really good. But just to kind of show you, I gotta get some rage up here. But it's gonna be this one right here. Come on. Boom. As you can see, oh, I was healing that guy with it. So we didn't get to see the number, but it gives us multiple buffs, and it actually hits pretty hard. We actually heal for 1421 if it doesn't crit, which is really good. Plus, it helps us get our mana back. We also have Solar Beam. We'll have to get some more rage up for this one. Refract Light into a restorative beam, healing an ally for 232 and jumps up to 4 additional allies. So again, let's get our rage up real quick. And we're still targeting this guy right here. But we can throw that. Boom. And as you can see, it kind of splintered off and hit, I think, that person right behind us. But this allows you to be a little bit more AoE with the heal, which is really, really good. Next is Sunshine. Bask an ally in light, healing them for 395 over 18 seconds. Sunlight is really good. We can throw it on ourselves if we need to, and it will just give us health per second. We can throw it on a ally, which will then give them healing every few seconds. So this is our hot heal right there. Redeemer reduces the cast of illumination by 0.2 seconds. Not the greatest, but it helped us get down into the rest of this tree. Touch of Light, Guidance, Sanctify now generates 3 rage per target healed. Again, this just helps us get more rage up. Devoted to the Sun increases healing done by your solar beam by 15%. And again, solar beam is our big bouncy one. Ancient Rites grants direct healing done and direct spell damage. A 10% chance to make your next Prayer of the Sun have a 50% reduced rage cost. This is really good because it can also later on make it instant cast, so that, or I'm sorry, it is instant cast. But this allows us to basically do it for 20 rage, and allows us to use more rage spells after that. Our big boy Devotion, 28 rage. This thing costs almost nothing. It has a 1.83 second cast time. Has a 25-second cooldown, which is kind of meh for me, but called down Restorative Power of the Sun, healing all allied players within 40 yards for 431. It actually hits way harder than that. Just to show you here, we are going to get up our rage. Then I'm going to cast this. Takes just a second. Bam. And like, it hit that person way over there. So you can see how far away an ally can be to get that heal. So, that's part of the reason why I decided to stand here. But yeah, I mean, it is a really long, super long cast distance. So don't be afraid to use this every time this comes off cooldown. If you've got the rage for it, you should be popping this. Not only will it help you get mana back, but it just heals everybody for a metric ton. Answered Prayers. Healing spells that cost rage now grant Answered Prayers. Answered Prayers empowers your next spell cast within 8 seconds. Illumination is a 10% increased critical strike chance. Shine heals for 20% more. Sunshine increases the armor and magic resistance based on intellect for 5 seconds. I typically use this with Illumination and Shine. Sunshine I only ever really have on the tank. Lightward critical heals with Illumination. Apply Sunshine and make it tick 0.5 seconds faster. Gleaming Light increases the critical healing of Illumination by 20%. Cultivate Divinity. Critical striking with Illumination or Shine grants a stack of Cultivate Divinity. Cultivate Divinity. Your next Prayer of the Sun heals for 5% more. Stacks up to 10 times. You get all 10 of that. It's a 50% more heal from it. Plus it's instant. Plus you can get it for less rage cost all at the same time. This thing will take a tank from almost dead to full health with no problem. Divine Vision increases the healing of Devotion by 20%. This just allows this thing to do a lot of healing. Glaring Rays. Healing done now has a 35% chance to increase the target's healing received by 6% for 6 seconds. This thing is awesome because it just means that if I heal you, there's a chance that any other heals for 6 seconds are going to be even better. Faith. Healing of Illumination, Shine, Prayer of the Sun, and Devotion now applies Faith for 12 seconds. Faith increases the armor by 25% of the amount healed. This helps for tanks, DPS, everybody. Hotspot reduces the cost of Solar Beam by 5 rage and causes it to generate 1 solar power per ally struck. Gleaming Glory increases the critical healing of your spells by 10%. We also went with Devout Guidance, increases the healing of Prayer of the Sun, Sunshine, and Illumination by 15% of your guided ally. Lead Me Not Astray increases all effects of Solar Guidance by 100%. So basically, we're using Sanctify. So not only does it heal 5 targets, but it's going to get increased heals for those 5 targets. Plus, it allows Solar Guidance to stay up longer, and it's fun. Yeah, it's great. So, that is that. For passives, at level 10, you're going to get reduced cost of illumination and shine by 15%, and casting them now generates 10 rage. So that's just how we get rage build up, which is great. At level 15, increases the healing power by 30% of your intellect, and your critical strike chance by 10% of your intellect. This is why you want to stack as much int on yourself as you can. The higher it is, the more healing you get, the more crit strike chance you get. It's great. At level 20, we get healing with illumination and shine now additionally heals the target's nearby allies for 10% of the value. Again, we get higher crit chance, we get higher healing power. The more we're healing with us, our basic heals, the more everybody else around them is getting as well. Holy Form. This is probably and arguably the best skill you can get. This is the Shadow Form from Retail WoW, just in the opposite way. This gives us better healing instead of more shadow damage. Ascend into Holy Form, increasing your healing done by 10%, your holy critical strikes by 5%. While active, your threat generation is reduced by 50%. And it makes this kind of like this ethereal, holy, glowy look. I like it. Last but not least, we have our level 40 passive. Your critical heals now restore 15% of your base mana. This is why we want high crit. And we went with all of the other abilities that either lower our mana and rage consumption or give us mana back just overall. Now, as far as our attributes and our stats here go, again, we want as much intellect as we can get. This is going to give us more mana as well as spell crit. Plus, it stacks with the passive over here that allows more of the healing power and critical strike chance based on our intellect. That being said, you don't really need to worry about spell power because we're going to get that from intellect anyway, but you can use spell power. We want to get crit chance up. As you can see, I'm only at 10.2, but when it comes to holy, we are at 15.2, so we're still shy of that 20% mark that we try and shoot for the soft cap, 25% for the hard cap. Haste rating, we want this to be as close to 5% technically as we want. And then we need more hit rating. Not that it affects us healing, but any kind of damage we try to do to assist is going to be terrible. So honestly, when it comes to this kind of a healer, I highly recommend intellect should be your focus for your primary, followed up by just base crit, base haste, and then any hit that you can get on top of that. Those should be your 3 down here, with int being your primary focus. Spirit is okay, but that just helps us outside of combat, so not that great. And that's the full guide for the Blessings Sun Cleric Healer build. With powerful radiant healing and group support, this build is perfect for anyone who wants to keep their allies alive and thriving in every battle. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Ascension WoW healer builds and guides. Thanks for watching, and may your light never fade, heroes.